Hello, my name is Ivan with Worldwide FX, and today we're excited to talk to our friends at TCF, Traders Central Fund. And then we have Louis.
Hi guys, it's Louis here. I'm a quant at Trader Central Fund, and Sean is our CEO, so I'm speaking on behalf of him. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into this.
Awesome. So Sean is a busy man. I tried to get Sean, but I'm always happy to have you, Louis. So this is our second time chatting. So can you give us a quick brief history about TCF?
So TCF is a proprietary fund, which is around 2 years old. I've been at the company for around 1.5 years. Our aim is to redistribute wealth of the markets to those who are least able to access it. So we want to help talent flourish, because nowadays it's pretty hard to capitalize on large amounts of talent which exists in inaccessible markets, you know what I mean? So parts of Africa, Southeast Asia, South Asia, and Latin America, we want to connect those traders to markets. And then, yeah, we aim to connect traders to a network of our investors. And yeah, hopefully everyone wins in this situation.
Awesome. So as you know, we have a close relationship with, Worldwide FX has a close relationship with TCF. We have many of our traders being, country reps in, South Africa and Zimbabwe and Kenya. And then, obviously Jose that works in your customer service is, part of our team. And so one of your motto, it says the easiest way for Forex traders to get funded, right? And I know you have different type of models. I'm not sure if you would like me to share the screen so that maybe we talk about those things while we see them here on the screen. So let me share screen and this. Great. So you have 3 type of models. So there's no evaluation needed, where you can pay monthly.
Yeah.
A pay once. This is the typical challenge evaluation model, and then the no payment beta, right?
Yeah.
So most of our community really is interested in the challenge model. And then do you know if, how many traders have been accepted for the beta model, as of now?
Yeah, so right now we're in the process of it's a beta model. Basically, how it goes is that you would submit a 3-month or more track record of your trading, whether it's demo or live, and then you would get access to, depending on how good it is, you'll get access to our plans at no cost. Yeah, so yeah, as you can see there, yeah, so right now we've had a few traders come forward.
Okay.
And we're still in the process of getting more. So that's a development.
Okay. One clarification about the trading history that the trader has to provide. Can you specify which type of trading history that you would accept? Because I know your company uses FX Blue. So would it be somebody tracks their, connects their accounts to a FX Blue or my FX Book, and then be able to share those links?
So yeah, we were looking for traders with good equity curves, so no massive volatility in their equity. We don't want you to make 5% in a day and then lose it the next day. We want you to have very smooth equity and returns. In terms of traders there, you can see we need the specific Sharpe ratio, a minimum, or actually a Sharpe ratio. We need profit factor and all of that stuff. So you can find that on the website, and just submit your track records to us, and we'll check it through. As long as you have on my FX Book, they offer Sharp ratio and profit factor, you can find out. I don't know about MyFX Blue, or sorry, FX Blue, but MyFX book does have sharp ratio and profit factor, and those are the key things we're looking for, as well as a smooth equity curve. So that's the beta program.
Awesome. And then the pay it once, pass, get funded. This is like the typical challenge model, right?
Yeah.
What's new with this model? So I think like this is the model when we first start getting into business with the Trader Central Fund was the model that we were very much interested in, and that's the traditional model that most the traders in our firm work with.
Yeah.
But it looks like it has changed quite a bit since we we start talking last year or so.
Yeah.
So what's new with the challenge model, and is there anything that you can tell us about? Because I know like the rapid model, the standard, and the extensive, these are new options.
Yeah. So straight off the bat, recently, around I think about 5 days ago, we introduced the rapid evaluation, which reduces the minimum trading days requirement. So on the aggressive plan, I think the minimum trading days is 30 days. On the rapid, it's 20 days. And we may even go even lower than that over the next few months. We'll have to see. But the only difference between it is that rapid has a lower leverage, so 1 to 10 leverage, which is really good still. Aggressive has the highest leverage, which is 1 to 100. What we found is that on the aggressive plan, traders rarely use 1 to 100, which is surprising. We found that instead 1 to 1 leverage is statistically perfect and leads to better levels of consistency, increased levels of consistency versus the aggressive plans. So yeah, with the standard plan, it's 1 to 10. The evaluation period is slightly longer, obviously, than the rapid plan. And the extensive plan is for swing traders, and it has a leverage of 1 to 3. So yeah, that's all I've got to say.
Okay, awesome. So like it looks like it's 10%, and then this is combining stage 1 and 2 profit targets. So that means that you just need to make 5% in the stage 1 and 5% in stage 2.
Yeah.
Versus where you need to make 10% in stage 1 and 5% in stage 2 for the aggressive model. And what are the account sizes here? Are they just like the same as 25, 50, and 100K?
Yeah. With the rapid plan, obviously it starts in 25K and ends at 100K. But I think on the aggressive plan, you can start on 5,000 and get up all the way to 100,000.
Oh, is that new? That's not something that I knew about. Like I thought that it was like, oh, you have a 5,000 plan, 10,000 plan, 25, 50, and 100.
So we're trying to catch all of the fish in the net,
Oh, awesome. So like the 5,000 plan would probably would be how much? 153 CAD, 214, 305, 437, and then 641. Awesome. So I mean, I didn't know about the $5,000 plan, but it looks like you are trying to have like options that will serve different price points. Because I know besides capital being an issue, I know prices for like challenges has been one of the things that the competition has been trying to address. When you look at the new firms that are coming by, price points keep going lower and lower.
It's gonna get
that's
lower.
something that is good for the community.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. All right. So besides the new plans, what's new at TCF? I know you guys have a new brokerage, right? I think before it was like TraderMax, right? Use like TraderMax and all these other things for the different challenges and evaluations. But I know you guys have just launched like TC Bridge. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so TC Bridge is a separate entity from Trader Central. It's obviously from the same founder, Sean. And we recently introduced it this year. So yeah, before we used to use TradeMax and other brokers. However, now we have our own. TC Bridge is an ECN broker, which provides better liquidity, spread, which starts from 0.2 pips, and executions. And the beauty of it is that it's a proper homegrown brokerage, which is catered for Trader Central traders. And it's unlike what other prop firms use. I'm sure many other prop firms have to go through a third party for their brokerage, but we have just a homegrown broker, which is really good.
Okay. So what type of platforms are you do you have available on
So
TCF Bridge?
yeah, so currently we're only offering MetaTrader 5. To be honest, we're not thinking about offering MetaTrader 4, but we are really actively pursuing ways to solve the C trader problem. So we want to get C trader on
Okay.
TC Bridge, but MT4 isn't on the agenda right now.
Awesome. I feel like MT5 is the future.
Mm.
I recently, a couple of months ago, maybe like last, February, is when I started using MT5. I still, unfortunately, trade from like MT4 because of like templates and stuff like that, and then, copy trades over to MT5. But when I use the MT5 alone, I really like the MT5 on the cell, on the mobile.
Yeah, definitely.
I like the MT5, futures. There's few things about MT5. I'm not sure if your TC Bridge does the same thing. It is like FIFO. So when you open a trade, um, for like Euro USD, you open like 3 lots. It cost averages
Oh yeah.
the entries when you open another entry. So like you want to scale into your position, it will open another entry, but then it will cost average,
Yeah.
and then they put them in one line. I know a lot of people don't like that, but you can still close partials, by closing half of the lot, whatever it is
Yeah.
that you want to do. Another thing is I know TCF doesn't allow hedging, right?
No.
On MT5, for some reason, because like it doesn't allow hedging, if you open a sell position when you had a buy position, it will close
Yeah.
the other side of the trade before it continues. But C Trader, I've heard a lot of great things about it, but I just never used it. But I've seen a lot of YouTube videos and people talking about C Trader. I feel like it's a really good platform. Another thing that I'm looking at personally is something called Smart Trader platform. It's something that you trade from one place. You just enter your broker and then you trade from one place. And then I've seen people also trade from like TradingView by adding some sort of demo and then a copier, and then they just like if you
Oh
like to do
wow.
your analysis in TradingView, you just add your broker there, like some sort of like on the demo or whatever it is, and then you trade from there, and then
Wow.
it trades from like it copies your trade on all the platforms. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Um, so no plans for MT4. You're looking into C Trader.
Yeah.
Um, and if we go back to the challenge model, which most people they really like. Um, Last time we spoke, it looked like you only were allowed one account, right? Is this still the case?
Nope, it is not the case anymore. We
All
listened
right.
to you. But now a trader can have up to 3 accounts. So
Okay.
just as long as each account has a different leverage. So for example, you could have an aggressive one-time fee,
Okay.
a rapid one-time fee, and a monthly plan all at the same time, because
Got
these
it.
have different leverages. So just have to do
Leverages.
that. Yeah.
Okay. Is there a maximum capital allocation?
I don't think so. No. So you could have, yeah,
So three
100K
account,
on the
just
aggressive and
different. They could have like them, three accounts, 100K each,
oh
and that will give you
yeah.
300K of trading capital.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Okay. So as long as you have different
Leverages, yeah.
leverages.
Yeah.
But you can't have, let's say, like aggressive 3 times, like
Yeah, you can't do that.
300K of aggressive account. Okay, that's good. And then in terms of like, rules, so this is like, one of the things that I was like really hesitant about, and I know I talked to you and Sean extensively about it, was about EAs
Mm.
and trade copiers, because many of us in the trading community that trade for prop firm, we are trying to get the maximum capital allocation and working with as many firms as possible. um, you know and sometimes it gets really hard to like manage all these different accounts if you're trading manually.
Yeah.
And um and EAs, for me, I feel like EAs get a bad rep because they think like, hey, you're getting this thing that just automatically trading for you. But I do use EAs that manage trades, magic keys to like trade management,
Yeah.
go break even or take partial profits and all that kind of stuff. But then trade copiers, really helpful if you don't want to go like to go in different accounts and taking
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
trades at the same time. So I was happy to see that you guys were allowing that at some point. But
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
you give us like how the EAs are allowed, and then what is the trade copier rule?
So now, yeah, of course, we allow EAs, expert advisors, and copy traders on the one-time fee plans. However, we don't allow obviously hedging and martingale.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, on the monthly plans, it changes. The rules change. Trade copiers are allowed, but not EAs on the monthly. Um, but there's a rule just to go further in depth. Trade copiers are allowed on the monthly as long as they're on a TC account and that the TC account is the master account.
So
So
yeah, to clarify that, TC
yeah,
account has to be the master and the sender. It
yeah,
has to be the account that you're trading from, pretty
yeah, yeah,
much, and
yeah,
then you copying your trades to other platforms
yeah,
or
exactly.
other brokers or other firms if you have those accounts.
Precisely. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. And then EAs, there's no approvals or anything like that, as long as the EA that is not hedging or
Yeah.
doing the martingale system that you don't allow, you're
Exactly.
okay
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Um, Another rule is the consistency rule.
Yeah.
All right. So there's a consistency rule and the mandatory stop loss. Um, the stop loss rule, I understand it, and in terms of risk management, if you're trading without a stop loss, you really not have not defined your your risk.
Yeah.
But it's common for like scalpers or even for um, you know
Swings and stuff.
avid risk managers to
Yeah.
trade sometimes without a stop loss. I do it. I know many people do it, but when I'm trading without a stop loss, I'm closely monitoring my position. I know when I'm going to stop out. Is this something that you still have of a mandatory stop loss?
So there's no mandatory stop loss law. Sorry, no mandatory stop loss law. Stop loss rule. Sorry.
Yeah.
Um, but you just need to know, like, are you psychologically able to close losses yourself? Because I know like a lot of people get like they freeze up when they see a big loss. Happens to me sometimes.
Yeah.
Got to be real with you. But will you be able to close that loss if it goes against you? And that's the key question there. So in terms of consistency, we want you to be consistent with a smooth equity curve. That's about it. Nothing much to say there. But it's just as long as you don't have massive volatility in your gains and losses. So if you make 5% a day, we don't really like that. If you lose 10% the next day, we don't really like that. We just want you to have maybe small gains every day. It's perfect for us. Yeah.
Awesome. And then the consistency rule, the other part that I was talking about, like, so I am one of those type of people, like, if I'm going to engage into something, usually like the guinea pig for the group. So
Yeah.
I personally took a TCF challenge, and I think it was going like really well. I even hit the profit target. But my understanding of the consistency rule is that I had to trade the same way from day one to till the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have all these other firms where once you hit the profit targets, you can just trade 0.01 for the rest of
Mm-hmm.
the days to meet the trading days. but I believe that, Trader Central Fund is not the same. They want you to trade with the
Yeah.
same risks, consistently from day one to all the way to day 10 to be able to get funded, right?
Yeah, we
So
prefer that.
what
Yeah.
happened in it was that, you hit the profit targets in like, day 6, and then day, 7, 8, 9, 10, you sort of like, take, small losses, and,
Yeah.
you pretty much end the day 10 without, the 30 days without hitting um, the profit target. And, there's other arguments out there that, people could, the risk management consistency, right? It's not the same thing across the board, because like somebody could use 10 lots, but they have a smaller stop loss than somebody using 2.5 lots, and they have like huge stop loss. So is this something that TCF still does require traders to trade the same way and not trade 0.01 towards the end of the trading days?
Yeah, so we prefer you not to do the 0.01 just to like make up for the positive days rule and stuff. But yeah, we prefer like obviously consistency, just your normal trading effectively.
Okay. Hey, so you touched on like positive days. So I think like you have an option where you either choose that or the daily drawdown.
Yeah, so with this rule, we just introduced it. Is the 5%? We no longer have -2% risk reviews on the aggressive. This is exclusively for the aggressive one-time fee.
Okay.
So traders can now choose between having a 5% daily loss limit or positive days rule during their evaluation. And yeah, obviously this is exclusive for the aggressive plan. But on the other plans, the overall drawdown is -10%. And we're planning to add those rules like to the other plans now. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so one thing I really like about TCF, besides you guys and the team over there, is the no daily max loss.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a good thing where I think for many other programs, I think this is like a mental hurdle for the traders, and something that constantly in your mind.
Yeah.
Additionally to in addition to trading being very stressful,
Mm-hmm.
psychologically draining task. I think having that max daily loss is hanging over your head every day. It's
Extra burden.
something that adds a little more extra on the trader psyche and emotions.
See, that's
But
if yeah, go ahead.
I think that somebody, if they had to choose 50% or the 5% daily, I think most people would just go to like with the positive days, because I think it's easy to do.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you just don't, for me, I would say like you could close profits at least every single day, and then that will give you the positive days. So I'm not sure, like what do you prefer personally?
Personally, I would say for me, because I don't really risk too much, 5% daily loss. But yeah, it just depends on your trading strategy, isn't it? Because I only trade gold, so
You only trade gold.
yeah.
Oh, we need to talk about that. I just took like a big gold. It caught me like sleeping, but then I recovered the very next day. But we need to talk about gold offline again.
Cool,
Like
cool.
what do you see coming next week? Because it's just giving me some,
For sure.
it goes up,
Some
it goes
ideas, yeah.
down, and then it goes up. You just don't know. Like I feel like with gold, there's something um, either like the fundamentals that I don't understand, or
Mm.
something that something is up. But I've had pretty good
Regime
success with gold.
change. Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Back to
awesome.
the questions,
So
man.
yeah. Which products are you allowed to trade? That's a good
Mhm.
thing. So I was excited to see that TCF was introducing crypto It looks like now you have like stock, indices, gold, but you can't trade silver, right?
Yeah.
You can
I'm
trade
pretty sure
silver.
actually. Yeah. Oof, that's a throw off because I'm not entirely sure. I think you can trade silver. I have
Okay,
to double check that though.
yeah. So that's a question I have like across the board because the most um, prop firm, except for I mean like FTMO, which is like the gold standard and like the OG, where they just let you do everything. And I feel like most people they hang themselves by just having like crazy loose rules. um I feel like there's always a like something that it's not like clear, like they'll say like all forex pairs, but then some people wonder like can you trade any exotic, right? Can you trade like the Turkish lira or like something like that.
Yeah.
uh so I think like a list, like having some sort of like list somewhere will probably be good, of like, hey, you can trade X, Y, and Z. And for the cryptos, and I think like most of the time um you have like the major cryptos available, and then stocks, they'll be in your um
Mm-mm.
broker's terminal. But I think like having an actual list where traders could go to that list and say like, hey, I'm working with Trader Central Fund, or I'm working with this prop firm, and then I know that I can trade this and this and this. And then if they're when in doubt, I can go to that list and just say, oh, okay, this is in there, or this is not in there.
Yeah.
um because there's unrelated to Trader Central Fund, there's a new
Mm.
um, firm, and somebody went and passed the evaluation in one day, and they traded one thing. Uh, they trade oil.
Oh
So,
yeah.
so they allow news trading, and how like oil gets very volatile when there's
Mm.
like I think like the counting, whatever it is, that news thing that comes on like I think Thursday, sometime.
Yeah.
So they just placed a trade, passed everything, and they comes to say like, oh, oh, by the way, this is not allowed. So that's kind of like uh, I don't know. It's kind of like a bummer.
We,
Um,
I
so
think
we touched
yeah.
on. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'll can I share my screen real quick? Because I
Sure. Yeah.
think yeah, we've got on our blog, we have
Oh, okay. Give me one
some of
second
the
to
things.
stop sharing, and then I'm gonna make this multiple. Yeah. So now you can go ahead and share.
All right, cool. Yeah. Can you see that?
Not yet. Looks
Oh,
like something
yeah.
is popping up. Yeah.
There
Something
we
is
go.
coming up. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, so on the what was it? Yeah, on yeah, so on the station, on the Trader Central station, you can get to it on the website. But
Okay.
it shows how yeah, these are the stocks that you can trade. Um yeah, US, France, Germany, and Spanish stock will be available, is now available to traders to trade. Um yeah, I know we need to get like a whole load of like a whole list of the instruments you can trade,
Yeah.
and I'll put a word to Sean for him to do that.
Yeah, I mean,
But
this is not like a Trader Central specific, but it's like in the industry, you'll find somebody, like a firm that will say like, hey, you can trade Forex, CFDs, and indices, and then you can trade metals. And then somebody would trade silver, and they say like, oh, silver, by the way, it's not allowed. It's a
yeah,
metal. But like I think like for just I think like it would be good for the industry to have like each of the firm publish like, hey, you can trade these forex pairs, but
hmm
just not say like, oh no, 50 plus. Okay.
yeah,
I googled something like the other day. It looks like there's like 120 some forex
yeah,
pairs, but
yeah. There
not
is.
all brokers have them available. It's because there's some like really exotic small countries, and that
Yeah,
may not be available. Cool.
yeah. Well, I think we need to. Yeah, that's a good point you raised there. Um, I'll definitely put it in for through to Sean. Can change some of
All
that
right.
stuff.
So I think the next point I want to talk about is more of like, obviously you guys been around for a little while, right?
Yeah.
and you have seen, basically the competition, pop up like peanut shops everywhere,
Yeah.
right? And I know you guys are aware of it, and I just wanted to get, what are your thoughts? What are the things that you see in the industry? And then I know that you guys are not just like stagnant. You going to like
Mm.
improve and try to find better experiences for like for traders and stuff like that. But what are your thoughts on like on the industry, and the new firms that you see? We don't have to like name them specifically, but they're popping up every day.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, just nothing much to be honest. We're focused on bringing out the best products, process over product, process over outcome. So we listen to our traders, constantly learn, improve on our products, and yeah, we're not bothered by competition. It is what it is. Just gotta, yeah, obviously we have to listen to them. What are they doing? What could we do better? Of course, how much of their plans and stuff. But yeah, more usually what happens is that the more competition there is, it's better for the trader, and it also drives innovation. So yeah, we're taking it in. We're taking it in.
Awesome. So some of the things that Trader Central Fund already does that I think that most traders would appreciate is obviously the inclusion of the crypto, right? The fact that if you wanted to purchase the challenge, you could use major crypto like Bitcoin, I think mainly, and then you can also get paid in Bitcoin,
Yeah.
which is something even the gold standard people talk about doesn't do. Um,
Mm.
I think that there is a shift of getting traders paid, quickly,
Mm.
more on a biweekly basis. I'm not sure if this is something that you guys do yet. I know you do like at the end of the month.
Yeah, month.
Um, so that's probably something I think you guys should consider at least,
Yeah.
uh, because in terms of profit split, you're already giving out 80%, which was the highest until maybe like 2 weeks ago, when the other guys came out with the 85%, but it's even gradual. I think my Forex fund is going to be paying out like 85%, but
Wow.
the first it's 75, 80, and then 85% for month 3 going forward. But I think like you guys were, the pioneers of paying out, 80% to the traders. But I feel like the shift and the industry need, it's 2021 anyways, right? So like, patience level are like extremely low. People want their money right away. So I think like, figuring out a way to uh, pay out every 2 weeks. I know it's not easy because backhand you have to like, process the payouts and close out the terminals and restart like the month. Um, but do you still have the 5%
Mm.
uh, increment for
Yeah.
withdrawals?
So 5% has been it's off the books now. So you can do whatever percent profit you close at during the end of the month.
Okay,
No longer 5% blocks.
that's pretty
Um,
cool. And is that on all the like monthly and the challenge, like the
so
one-time fee?
that's only on the one-time fee plans.
Okay,
Yeah, not on the monthly plan.
okay. So the challenge, I think that's good. So like you could make 3% and
Yeah,
request a withdraw. You can make 2% and request a withdraw.
exactly.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
yeah.
Because I think that uh, most people they sell trading and and this industry as something easy that you can do over the
Mm.
phone, and everybody's showing the blues. Nobody really shows the the hard work and the grind that goes into it, and the level of failure is extremely high as well. It's something that we don't get to see.
Mm.
But I don't think that anyone, I don't make 5% every month.
Yeah,
So I can appreciate when if you have 2% and be able to withdraw. Or another thing is, I believe, I'm not sure who does this, but there's this concept of being able, if you have your personal account, right, like with any broker,
Yeah.
once you make a certain amount of profit, you could take that out,
Yeah.
right, and put that into
Like a
quote unquote
secondary
like
account.
wallet,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
and then trade going forward, but knowing that this profit has been already put aside.
Yeah.
Is that an option that you thought about, or
So yeah,
think
not
you
right
may
now.
consider?
Like yeah, we did consider it, but
Okay.
yeah, just not right now. Because I do it
Okay.
on my personal have to like because I withdraw every month, but
Yeah.
yeah, like we're not doing it yet. It's a good idea, it's a really good idea, but not yet. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. I think like we talked about a bunch of things. So like any future plans, like what do you have like coming up um in the near future? Anything for like the traders, anything, like any future plans for TCF?
Yeah, so yeah, we've been cooking up in the kitchen TC crypto. So this will
Awesome.
allow traders to withdraw in many different types of crypto. We're also aiming to like make TC crypto a cheaper version of Binance and Coinbase, so people can buy and sell.
So like an entire exchange.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Oh, no wonder Sean is busy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Right now, like what's like we're moving fast with that, but we're just waiting for regulatory approval. Um, in other news, we're also doing the cashback system for the challenges, because I remember MFF, my forest
Yeah.
funds, they were thinking about that.
So you meaning like you pay some sort of like like incentive on top of like the challenge fee, you
Yeah,
give them a certain percentage on top
yeah,
of
yeah,
that. Okay,
yeah,
the
yeah,
cashback. Yeah, that's very
yeah,
that's a really good incentive.
yeah. Right now I
How
can't really
much?
like go into the like I can't really go into the details because I'm not
Okay.
like too in the know about it right now, but that is definitely on the agenda. And then finally, obviously, the beta program. Um, and we're going through with that quite a lot. We're pushing forward with that over the next few weeks. Beta program, yeah,
Awesome. One thing that I think I hear from like different traders that have done, um, I think like the monthly like the monthly subscription program has not been like very, I'll say, sought after in the industry. But one thing that I've heard from like many traders that have done trading on a monthly plan, even like the 12 12,500 account. I hear that it's an account that teaches you how to trade the right way.
yeah,
I
definitely,
hear many traders saying like, hey, it's not until that I start working with 12.5k TCF account and a 1-to-3 leverage that I understood what risk management is. So, like you nearly have to like trade nearly damn perfect to
yeah,
actually make a withdrawal every month. And I think that it doesn't get enough credit, but I think is something that if somebody was struggling with um, any type of like risk management issues because of like the lot size restrictions and um, leverage restrictions, I think it puts you in a system where you actually have a trading plan for somebody who doesn't have it. So like the
yeah,
rules becomes your trading plan.
yeah,
And I
exactly,
think that once you are successful doing that, it will propel you to the to trading any bigger account by using the same rules. The foundation will be like really solid.
exactly,
Because I know sometimes it's like everyone wants a 100k 200k accounts, and I was telling somebody over the weekend, like, you don't want the problems of having a 500k account. I'll be scared doing that myself.
yeah,
I think like people don't like to take the steps of like, hey, okay, let me go from one account to another and build up from there. But I've heard countless people like tell you, hey, the 12.5k account, he's just taught me all kinds of stuff. Like
yeah,
it just made me an all-around better trader. And those rules just became something that I breathe in and out every
mm,
single day. Um, and I think people should, if they're struggling, they should try it, not just run, uh, and get 100k account or 50k account on the one-time fee challenge, and then end up losing it or losing the challenge and get frustrated. I think like the small account can give you like, the foundation that you need.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Awesome.
like we found that so many traders have actually become more profitable because of the confines. It's like, have you read that book Anti-Fragile by Nassim Taleb?
No, I'll look it
Oh,
up.
it's a
Yeah,
really
yeah,
good book, but it just talks about how like confining, like, yeah, like incubating yourself under certain conditions really helps like pressure you to perform better. And
absolutely.
yeah, like it did wonders. Like I did it and I was like, wow, like most of my trials, I did like 80%, 90% win rate because I had to pick and choose like which trades should I take, which should I not take. And obviously you don't have the leverage to take on more trades. So yeah, it's really, really
Yeah.
interesting stuff there.
I think like the restrictions of the rules become more of like a pretty much a strict, trading plan,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is, what most of us, lack sometimes,
yeah.
when we are not, being successful at trading is because of, lax trading rules. And yeah, so always good talking to you.
Likewise.
Hopefully we'll talk again soon. For some reason it's weird because like we talked, Sean had to give me your Telegram, for me to like reach out to you. But now that I have your Telegram, hopefully we'll get to talk, more often,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
invite you to like more of like the things we do in the community.
Cool, cool, cool. Thank you, Ivan.
Awesome. Have a good weekend and happy Easter, man.
Likewise, man. Likewise.
Awesome.
All right, take
Cheers.
care.